went to San Diego in '42 and went to work in an aircraft factory out there. And while I was in San Diego, California, I got my draft notice from a little place called Lorraine, Texas, off of I-20, the other side of Colorado City. I went in basic training in field artillery in early, I believe it was March 1942, and spent 6 months in the basic training, and I decided I'd rather be up in the air than down on the ground, so I volunteered for the Air Force, took the exam, and decided I was going to be a fighter pilot, and I got into the Air Force and went to Miami Beach, Florida, to OCS school, Officers Training School, and I found out I didn't have enough mathematics to stay in the Air Force, so they put me in as a replacement, and went to I believe Greensboro, North Carolina, and there I was shipped up to Newark, New Jersey, and they sent me over to Liverpool, England, and went to a photo reconnaissance base in England, about 7 miles out of Oxford, and that's where I was stationed for almost 2 years, or a year and 8 months, I believe it was. And I was assigned to the transportation department, or the motor pool, and a lot of times I would have to take the film that had been developed to underground headquarters in London, or to 8th Air Force in Reading, England. Headquarters, that was the 8th Air Force headquarters, I believe, if I remember correctly. I remember one time they sent me to London, and I believe they called it a 4x4 truck to pick up a load of dry cleaning. They had to send their dry cleaning to London for some reason. And while I was loading, one of the buzz bombs came over and landed about 2 blocks from me. And I later got a small aluminum piece out of that buzz bomb. I kept it for years. I guess I've lost it somewhere. But that's how close I was to buzz bomb. On the night before D-Day, they sent me to Southampton with a message to somebody, some general, somebody down there. And when I got into Southampton, I ran into all this tank convoy. It must have been for miles. And of course, we had no light there, and I got beside one of those tanks, and they had a guy outside the tank who was directing the driver inside how to, or to turn right, left, or in other words, he was guiding to the ship that was going to take them over across Normandy. And that was one of my experiences down there. I was amazed at how many tanks there were and how they were getting loaded on the ships. Stopping and asking bobbies, and they would tell you, they had what they call a roundabout over there, a traffic circle. And of course, you being on the left-hand side of the road, they drive on the left-hand side of the road, and it was very confusing when you went around the left side and had them maybe there'd be several roads taken off from that roundabout, and he'd say, you go around the roundabout and take the seventh highway, and you can't miss it. So you don't know me. Participated in these battles: Normandy, northern France, the Ardennes, Rhineland, and Central Europe. On July the 4th dance, I met a pretty young English gal, and we went together for probably a year or so, and we got married. And our firstborn, which is a daughter, was born in Oxford, England. I got out of the service in December 1945. She didn't come over. She came over then in April '46, and met her at a train depot in Abilene, where we lived in Snyder, or I lived in Snyder. I went to work for an uncle of mine who had a Gulf service station in Abilene. Well, I was in the station business off and on from Snyder to Farmington, New Mexico, to Cortez, Colorado, for 40 years in the station business.
And what did your wife think about coming over from England to Texas?
Well, I had, when I proposed to her, asked her what would she like to be a Texas farmer wife. And when she got over here, of course, I was working in the service station. She said, "What happened to the farm he's going to be having?" And I said, "Well, I guess that fell through. That I had been raised on a farm, and thought I would probably go back to farming when I got back, but it didn't work out."
Is this trip going to be your first time to visit the monuments at Washington, D.C.?
You know, I have kind of mixed feelings about it. I don't know just how I will feel about it, I guess, until I see the monument. And I may break down and cry when I get there. I feel it's an honor to be able to take the flight. I'm very grateful for that. I'm glad that people still honor